All right. So, what is the best mentoring advice that you would like to pass on to our audience?
So I would say there's two things. One is what I mentioned before about mentors not needing to take credit, right? When it's not about you and it's really about your protege, that changes everything.
Mhm.
If nobody knows that you're mentoring somebody and they get an exalted position and they don't thank you publicly, how do you feel about that?
Mhm.
You should be okay with it because it was never about you. But a lot of people aren't about that. They're about, oh, look at my stable of proteges and how successful they are because it reflects well on me. So that's the first thing, is it's not about you.
Mhm.
Um, the second thing I would say is that inspiring people is something that we kind of think is our job as a leader or a mentor. And I think, as an example, yes, we inspire people, but it's not my job as a leader to motivate you. I think you know the story of the king coming and seeing three people laying bricks, and he comes to the first one and says, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm laying bricks." And he goes to the second and says, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm building a wall." Very different perspective. I'm just laying bricks. I'm building a wall. And he asks the third one, "Well, what is it you're doing?" He says, "I am building a cathedral in honor of the Almighty." Here's a guy who has a perspective of the actions that he takes are contributing to something greater than himself.
Mm.
The first guy is just laying bricks. Here's the thing. In most companies, you have people who are sitting in all three of those camps.
Yep.
And I used to think that the leader's job was to get the bricklayer to understand he's building a cathedral. And the fact of the matter is, it's okay for him just to be a bricklayer.
Mhm.
It's okay. Now, I'm not going to expect anything else from him. I expect you to lay the bricks as best you can. The guy who's building a wall, I want you to build it straight. But the other guy who's intrinsically motivated and sees where he affects the bigger picture, that's somebody I'm going to invest my time in.
Mhm.
That's somebody I'm going to mentor.